Hi, I'm Patrice London, and today I want to discuss an area that most people love to hate discussing. It's an area that is like pulling teeth to discuss with some people, and others it's akin to asking a woman what her age is. It's just like such a taboo subject to talk about, especially publicly. But it's an area that we all want more of, and it's money. So specifically, I want to talk today a little bit about getting a savings into play. So I've been going through Dave Ramsey's program, Financial Peace University, and I'm still currently reading his book, Dave Ramsey's Complete Guide to Money, and the information is absolutely amazing, and it is literally life-changing, because a lot of us, when it comes to money, we just think we need more of it and that would solve all our problems. Yet I'm sure most of you, I know I do, know people who have gotten more money, but they still just mess it up, and they end up in the same predicament year after year after year. Every year we know that Christmas is December 25th. Every year we know that, this person's birthday is on this day, and yet every year we find ourselves surprised and broke on those days because we have not prepared ourselves for it. We all know the saying, save for a rainy day. You know the rain is coming. Why didn't you get an umbrella? It's amazing how we just don't tend to think in these terms and just prepare ourselves. So I want to encourage you to do that. Get a savings started. And one of the things, Dave Ramsey has this baby step program. It's 7 baby steps, and I only talk about the first one today. The first step is to quickly as possible get $1,000. Whether you have to do a little extra work, whether you have to sell some things in your house. We all have things around our home that we can't use anymore that that we are able to sell. And I'll get rid of that stuff and, declutter, get a twofer out of this deal. But you want to just get $1,000 within a month or as quickly as you possibly can. And this is the beginning. This is the start of your emergency savings fund. And he encourages to put that in an account that will get you a little bit of interest, but this is not an investment. It's savings so that you can have access to it in a pinch, So your emergency savings fund will eventually equate to 3 to 6 months of your total living expenses, so that if or when that emergency does occur, you have money, and it's no big deal. The car breaks down. It's not, oh my God, my car is broken down. I need $1,000 to fix it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or I have to use that piece of plastic to get myself out of the situation. And with doing that, you've just compounded the situation, because now not only is your car broke, but you're now in debt too. It's not cool. We have to learn to steward the money that God gives us in a better manner. We all want more, but God is not going to bless us more when we haven't proven that we can handle what He's given us. Why would He give us more? It only to hurt us in the long run. So the emergency savings plan, like I said, it's 3 to 6 months of your total living expenses. So that, again, if you lost your job, God forbid, then the question would just be, okay, well, what's the severance pay? Because it's no sweat off your back, because you have 6 months of living expenses set aside just for this kind of emergency. We all know emergencies are going to happen at some point, and so we ought to be prepared for it. So the emergency savings fund is just for emergencies. And you have to decide, if you're single, you decide, yourself, and you could have an accountability partner to speak with about what equates to an emergency. And it's not that like dress or suit that's finally on sale that you absolutely love. No, your emergency fund is not for that. That's not an emergency, boo-boo. So what you want to use it for is something like, the car breaking down or something like that. And really, you could actually have your emergency savings fund set aside in I think it's like a mutual savings account. And then you also, like, for instance, that maybe 2 years ago, we put a new roof on our house, and that cost, I want to say, almost $10,000. I don't remember exactly, but let's just say 10,000 and all. Well, if my husband and I know that, like, if we're in this house another 10 years, 9 times out of 10, we're going to need another roof, So since we know that is coming up, we don't know exactly when, but we can start saving for that. We can put aside, $50 to $80 a month. And in less than the 10 years, we have the money to pay cash up front. No hassle, no skin off our back, and it's done. And we need to get to that place where we are handling the money that way, because then we can be entrusted with more. And frankly, when you start to do this, it's just the peace of mind is amazing. I had saved up some money, and then and it wasn't even a lot of money, but I saved up some money set aside for I knew I would need an oil change eventually, and my van, the oil change is like close to $80 for that. And then I knew that I would need to buy some clothes for somebody. I have 5 kids. Somebody's going to need some clothes because they grow, duh. And I had set aside this money, and when I needed it for 2 of my sons, boom, it was there, no problem. And it's amazing to live that way. There's such a peace that goes along with it. So I encourage you to start saving. Pay yourself first. Do this for yourself so that you can sleep better at night and you can not freak out when emergencies strike, because they will strike. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. Bye.